So anytime you're looking for the area of one of these figures that comes to a point, a cone or a pyramid, we're going to have 1/3 area of the base times the height. Okay, and the base, this is generic to whatever happens to be the base, right? There's going to be a particular formula for each type of figure. So for us, I'm going to actually write these out, the formulas, and then we'll do the calculations. Okay. For number 9, we've got area is equal to 1/3 of, and the area of the base is length times width. So we've got, in this case, since it's square base, these are all squares, we've got 11 times 11 times the height, and the height is also 11. Okay, we'll calculate that in just a second. And we're going to do this for the next two as well. Okay, so we've got number 10, we've got area is equal to 1/3 of length times width for their base, 10 times 10, times the height, which is 9. Okay, and finally we've got for number 11, we've got the area is equal to 1/3 of, or 1/3 times length times width, 16 times 16, times the height of 24. And we'll put in the units in a minute. Units squared, of course, cubed, of course, because it's 3 dimensions. So then we can calculate. If any one of these numbers is a perfect multiple of 3, then it's nice and easy to take 1/3 of it. As an example, we're not really crossing them out, but I'm going to say this and this comes together. 1/3 of 9 is 3, right? And then the rest of it, you could say the area is equal to whatever's left over, 3 times 10 times 10. Okay. Same thing for number 11. 24 is a perfect multiple of 3, so you could write the area. Well, let me do what I did on the other one, which is to say 1/3 of 24 is 8. And then you can write the rest of it as is. Area equals 8 times 16 times 16. Okay, those are all whole numbers multiplied together, so you're going to get a whole number. For the first one, number 9, 11 is not a perfect multiple of 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type in calculator 11 times 11 times 11, 1,331, and then I'm going to divide it by 3. You should know that taking 1/3 of something is the same as dividing it by 3. So divide it by 3, and we get the area is approximately equal to, they want it to the nearest tenth. It works out to be, it is 443.66. Okay, the reason that I write it out that far and no further is because if you're rounding to the nearest tenth, and I tend to do it this way, underline the place you're rounding to, look one more, okay? If the one that's got the arrow, the one that you're looking at to determine what you do, if that's a 5 or anything higher than a 5, that counts as more than half of another, whatever you underlined, so another tenth in this case. And we would say, okay, well, let's count all of those decimal places that are after as being equal to another 1. It's enough to count it as another 1, another 1/10, I mean, right? Whatever the place is that you're underlining. So we say then, okay, then the area of this is approximately equal to 443 point, since it was 5 or higher, that 6 that I underlined becomes a 7. 7, and then it is centimeters cubed. Okay, that's the answer for that one. And this one works out nice and neatly, so we don't have a rounded answer, we have an exact answer. The area is exactly equal to 300. And the units are inches, so inches cubed. And finally, this one, again, has exact numbers, so we can just multiply them. 8 times 16 times 16. And we get an area of 2,048. And what were the units? The units were meters, so it's meters cubed. That's it. Hopefully these aren't